Team set to do battle as we've got a good one in store between the San Diego Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Joe Flacco marches onto the field to lead the Baltimore Ravens. These Ravens, Joe, they're coming off a bye. Now they will face Pittsburgh at home in week number 9, and there's no love lost in that rivalry.
Not at all. That's one of the most fierce rivalries in the league when both teams are right. And Joe Flacco throwing the ball around the yard a lot, but they want to back him down from that. They want to get back to playing Baltimore Ravens football, which means running the heck out of it. They need to get Terrence West going to help him out.
Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Flacco from midfield. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it with West. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And it's brought in by Pitta. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And Aiken with it over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The first carry for a former Trojan. This is Buck Allen. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Flacco. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Kamar Aiken, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Second 100-yard game of the season for Melvin Gordon in Week 8. Also had 44 yards receiving. But, you know, he's tied with LeGarrette Blount for the most carries in the NFL through 8 weeks. Is that a concern?
Normally it is, because you want to make sure you keep the odometer a little bit lower for your running backs for longevity. But he's their playmaker right now. They've had so many injuries to the receiving corps. They've got to get the ball to him any way possible, whether he's running it or catching it out of the backfield. And guess what? They're now getting the Melvin Gordon that they drafted in 2015.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
To throw, Rivers. He's got time. Still, now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. They find some open field here.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. 3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Finding time. And a big hook up here to Whalen. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 31 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Here we go on 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Dontrell Inman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers now on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 29 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking here for Smith downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. 7-all is the score. We're back to Baltimore after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They take over 1st and 10 up near midfield. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
Melvin Gordon's rookie year was a far cry from his last season at Wisconsin, wasn't it?
Boy, it was. Yeah, we got the numbers right here. 3.5 yards per carry, 641 yards, no touchdown.
Well, I think his team is really looking to do things to help him break out and get back to that Wisconsin form in 2016.
So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. A chance for us to look at this Chargers defense again. They've certainly got something to build off of. They had the interception last time out.
And now they have to just make sure they're cognizant of not trying too hard for interceptions. Once you get one, it makes you a little more antsy to try and get another one. Now they got to be careful of double moves, different things like that against them. But they like the momentum that they've begun to build.
We'll see if they can keep that momentum going.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. A strap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards on the play. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And hauled in by Pittle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They come up in an offset eye. Now West. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Passing play, Flacco, and he comes back with one complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, while we have a moment, I got to tell the people what you were ribbing me about before the game, and that was my Super Bowl picks. Now that
I didn't tell you to do that.
We're halfway through the season, but I had picked preseason Carolina and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 4-3, but Carolina 2-5.
Yeah, I love the way that you just gave yourself up like that. I wasn't going to do that. But look, they're not out of it yet. The NFC South and Carolina, remember, they're used to getting on big runs, and they had a big win last week against Arizona. For me, I had Green Bay and New England. New England's looking real strong. Green Bay struggling with injuries. And Minnesota, they're the team to beat in the NFC North right now.
I really picked New England and Dallas. It just came out wrong.
I got you. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
He's got time in the pocket. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. While we have a pause here, it's hard to believe, but already halfway through the NFL season.
How about what New England's done already? At 7-1, and remember, they had to get Tom Brady back. They barely missed a beat. They are setting the pace, and people think right now they may be the best team in the league. Dallas, did you expect them to only have one loss at this stage of the season? What they're doing in the NFC East, that's pretty remarkable, especially with a rookie quarterback. And then you have to take a good look at Atlanta, leading the pace in the NFC South. And finally, Oakland, 6-2 right now. Teams you worry about a little bit, Carolina and Arizona. We thought they'd be a little bit better right now. And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Why are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team.
And got his man complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Flacco off play action. Surveying the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll run here. This is Dexter McCluster fighting it off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top.
Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I got to go.
Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Hester. Oh, look at the juke. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Setting up to throw, Flacco. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now it's Flacco. Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Fans, in honor of Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games, the league will donate $1,000 to its military nonprofit partners, including the Pat Tillman Foundation, USO, and Wounded Warrior Project. To join the salute and learn more, visit NFL.com/salute.
And we thank all those great men and women out there for their service to our country.
And Steve Smith hauls it in. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's got time. All kinds of time. Looking deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Elvis Dumerville in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return, Hester. Look at the dance and the juke. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They begin here with a run by West. Ooh, with a juke. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll give the Ravens a first down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. So here we go. 1st and 10 now. Flacco from midfield. Backing up. Now he'll escape to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Rivers finding time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. They come out here in the eye. Time running out here on the play clock. On the ground, it's West again. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down. Flacco. And hauled in by Pitta. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's West. And he's going to take it. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run again here with West. And he's brought down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. This is West. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Hey, ready! Watch the screen.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Flacco gives to Allen. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.